Okay, we all set? Let's turn this up. Okay. All right, test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Beavercreek versus Gahanna Lincoln on a Saturday afternoon of high school hockey. Good afternoon from the Springfield Chiller, the National Trails Chiller. This is Kent Jacobs along with you for Beavercreek Beavers hockey. The Beavers playing the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions today. These two teams squared off earlier in the season with Beavercreek winning 2-1 back on December 28th during the Winter Classic. Thomas Bush scoring both Beavercreek goals in that game. All time, the Beavercreek Beavers with a 19-10-3 record against Gahanna Lincoln. So the Beavers have traditionally played very well against the Golden Lions. The starting lineups now being announced by the public address. See the Golden Lions in their all black uniforms with the gold trim, and the Beavers are in their white sweaters with the black trunks and orange trim. And leading off for the Beavers is Braden Cox, team captain. On defense, Carson Cox, his brother on defense. Joe Bordas, senior winger, Riley Hansen, the sophomore high-scoring forward, and then Thomas Bush, the leading scorer for the Beavercreek Beavers, and now the rest of the Beavercreek squad take their position on the blue line. And now stand by for the playing of our national anthem. So it's the Beavers and the Golden Lions here on a Saturday afternoon. The Beavers coming off a win last night over the Mason Comets, 7-2. Thomas Bush scoring the hat trick last night. Today in goal for the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions is Deke Travers. And for the Beavercreek Beavers, it's Ben Duford. Ben coming in with a record of 11-4, and coming into last night's game, he had a goals against of .239 with a save percentage of 93%. He gave up one goal in 1.5 periods last night, so that goals against will pretty much stay the same coming into today's game. Gahanna Lincoln coming in with a record of 9-7 under Coach Kevin Schudorf, assisted by Alex Morrow. The Beavercreek Beavers at 15-5. They're coached by Greg Gutterman and assisted by Brad Lloyd, Cam Quick, and Drew Earhart. Referees for today's game are Stephen James and Greg Leff. They position themselves at center ice. Riley Hansen taking the opening draw for the Beavers, and we're underway. Picking the puck up for Lincoln was Gracie Travers, part of a brother-sister team. Deke in goal and his sister Gracie, a defense player for the Lions. The Beavers, of course, have their two-brother combo of the two Carson and Braden Cox. And speaking of Braden Cox, he chips it ahead behind the Lions goal. Beavers change, icing waved off, or no, icing is called. And Braden Cox will leave it for the official, and will take the face-off back deep in the Gahanna zone. Gahanna, a little bit east of Columbus. There's a shot from the draw that's wide. Now the Lincoln Lions try to start back. Back is Tony DeJohnoff. It's dumped ahead. Braden Cox will flip it back to center. Now Carson Cox picks the puck up in his own end. And it's center off the boards for Alex Elsner. It's off his stick. He couldn't control it. It's cleared back to the Beavercreek line. Carson Cox. Pass for Donahue. Couldn't control it. Elsner had it. He's bumped off the puck by Nick Honig of Lincoln. Here come the Lions. Nice sweep check away by Ethan Webb on the Lions player. Puck centered, and it's broken up on defense. And Alex Elsner will drop it off for Joey Donahue, who shoots to center ice. Ruffin picked it up for Gahanna. He's checked. Here's Riley Hansen. Screen shot is blocked. He gets it back at center. Pass for Bush. They were unable to hook up. No score, just 2.5 minutes into the game. For the Lions, Ethan Brem. Couldn't clear it. Beavers trying to hold it in. Bush at the line. Flips it up over the glass, and that'll result in a face-off. Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions started their program in 1998 as a club team. They advanced to varsity level back in 02-03 season. Here's Thomas Bush, left wing circle. Bush, shot. And the save made by Travers, and he'll hold on. Their players must reside in the Gahanna Jefferson School District. They're members of the Capital Hockey Conference. Puck chipped ahead into the slot area, but the Lions are able to clear. Duford will leave it for Braden Cox. Cox for Martin, couldn't catch that pass. Now a shot kicked out by Duford. Pass dropped off by Schmidt, but intercepted by Bush of Beavercreek. Over the Lincoln line, he has it poke checked away. Braden Cox will dump it in. Beavers change. Riley Hansen tried to steal the puck in front of the Lincoln net, but the Lions are able to clear back to the Beavercreek end. Carson Cox picks it up. Moves it over for Donahue. He's bumped down to the ice by the Lincoln player. Cutting in for a shot, and a pad save by Duford. And he'll hold on for the faceoff. Alex Elsner will tee things up against Noah Amos. Carson Cox to Donahue, lost it. Dangerous chance, and it's shot wide by Ethan Brem of Lincoln. Thomas Giles holds it in for the Golden Lions. Moves it over, now camera's back to the left wing boards rather. Picked up by Carson Cox behind his own net, and he'll start out. Carson Cox will flip it into the Lion zone, and that's an icing. And with that stoppage, the Beavers and the Lions will change lines. Michaela Smith on the ice, along with Ethan Webb. They're on the points. It's Bush, Hansen, Braden Cox. The other Beavers on the ice on this shift. Puck stolen away, but shoveled ahead by the Beavers by Webb to Hansen. It's off his stick, and the Schmidt will dump it in for Gahanna. Puck fought for along the right wing boards in the Beaver zone. Several players chipping at it. Now Ethan Webb picks it up in the corner. Pass for Michaela Smith. She's tied up. Puck shoots to the other corner. For the Lions, it's Rohan Schmidt, I beg your pardon. Puck centered, but coming away with it for Beavercreek is Braden Cox. Off the boards, past the defender, and a shot is wide. Nice move by Braden Cox. 9:10 to play in a scoreless first period. Beavers. Now Ethan Webb, a left point shot, is blocked on defense and ricochets back to the Beavercreek zone. Braden Cox for Hansen, but it's offside. 8:55 to go, first period. Elsner, Donahue, and Carson Cox back on the ice for the Beavers. Along Ethan Webb will stay on. And it looks like possibly, I think Joe Bordis is on as well, Joe Bordis. And from the face-off, puck shot back in behind the Lions net. Picking it up for the Golden Lions, Josh Knuckles, clears not out, held in by Webb. Flips it behind the net. Lions pick it up there. There's a puck shot into the slot area, but the Beavers unable to get a good shot away. Elsner trying to hold it in. Puck rims around to the left wing side and now back down the ice, and that'll be an icing on Gahanna Lincoln. I'd like to mention a couple of our individual sponsors for Beavercreek hockey this season: Eric and Diane Sondergelt and Team Sandness are two of the individual sponsors, the non-business sponsors, as well as the Shuttleworth family and Joel Luker. Thomas Bush shot, and it's deflected wide. Coming away with it was Hansen. He's checked. Loose puck, Bush trying to center for Hansen and unable to quite hook up on that tip. And back come the Golden Lions, but intercepting was Carson Cox. Now his pass is picked off. Lions drop it in, but Braden Cox there. Good blue line defense by the Beavers. Now here's Riley Hansen, shot! And it's wide. Carson Cox trying to flip it in front. And it's off a stick to the corner. 7 minutes to play, first period. Bush looking to make a play. He had Joe Martin in front. He's tied up along the boards. Carson Cox flips it behind the net. Shot along the boards. Carson Cox holding it in, but now the Lions are able to clear. And they were beyond the center red line, so that will be whistled down for an icing violation. Face off with 6:40 to play in the period. We are scoreless. Alex Elsner, the freshman, center iceman. From the face-off, puck tied up in the corner. Several players digging at it there. Lions come away with it. Pass off a skate to Braden Cox of the Beavers. His pass for Bordas is broken up. Lions control at center. Pass up ahead. Bad angle shot and a stick save by Ben Duford, and it's up over the glass. Thomas Bush gives Ben Duford a pat on the head, saying good going. Riley Hansen taking the face off for Beavercreek against Tony DeJonoff of Lincoln. Carson Cox trying to fight DeJonoff off as he carries into the Lincoln zone. He lost it. Now the Lions look to clear. Pass too far ahead of Webb on left wing, but he's able to catch up to it and knock it off the boards to center. Now here come the Lions. Thomas Giles. Giles tied up along the boards. Trying to come away with it Highland, but he has it kick off of his skate. Puck rimmed around to the left wing side. Shot behind the net for Nate Highland. Highland centers. Tip is wide. And the Beavers are able to clear after it. Martin, but beating him to the puck was Brendan Phillips of Gahanna Lincoln. Under 5 minutes to play. Fast moving, cleanly played first period. No penalties. Very few really good scoring chances so far for either team. Joe Bordas trying to flip in front. It's off a stick to Braden Cox at the left point, and his shot deflects high and wide. Puck bounds back to the Beavercreek blue line. Here's Elsner. He's ridden into the boards at center ice. Lincoln trying to start out. Carrying behind his own net, Ethan Brem. 4 minutes left in the period. Brem, pass ahead. Off a stick. Alex Elsner picks up the loose puck. Drops it off for Donahue, but it got tangled up between his skates. Picking it up is Thomas Giles of Lincoln. Up for Warner. He lost it. Joey Donahue picks it up. Donahue scored 2 goals last night in the win over the Mason Comets. Puck shot up high by the Golden Lions. Puck centered, but there's Braden Cox to take the puck away before it came to Schmidt of Lincoln. Puck shot in behind the Lincoln net. And with 3 minutes to play in the period, back come the Golden Lions. Shot right on net, save, and whoa, to make a play, Carson Cox, as he just saved a rebound chance, flying across the slot area to clear that rebound. Carson Cox, a great defensive play. Before the initial save, and the rebound squirted out right in front, and Carson dove across the slot to take that puck away. And now we have a penalty. So much for the cleanly played period. We come within about 2.5 minutes of having one. It looks like Braden Cox is going to go off for a 2-minute tripping minor. So the Beavers penalty kill is on the ice. Hansen, Elsner, Webb, Carson Cox. From the face-off, Ethan Webb bangs it off the glass down the ice. Played by now Deke Travers, the netminder for Gahanna Lincoln, sets it up. And back come the Golden Lions. There's a puck dumped in the Beavercreek zone. Bush winds up and flips it down the ice. Playing it for the Lions, Thomas Giles. Giles headmans it to center ice. There's a shot off a skate. That was shot by Tony Dejanoff. There's a long shot from the left point that's high and wide. Dejanoff spelled D-E-J-A-N-O-V. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. Dejanoff. Carrying the puck in for the Lions. There's a shot that's wide off a stick. Now it's picked up by Giles. Thomas Giles drops it off. There's a shot. Oh, and a save off the blocker and just up over the crossbar. Lincoln Lions putting on pressure in this power play. There's just 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Beavers clear and change penalty killers. Donahue back on the ice along with Joe Bordas. Bordas will drop it back behind the Lions net. Maybe time for one more rush for Gahanna Lincoln. As the penalty expires, the puck flips up into the corner of the Beavercreek zone. Wrestling away was Honig, but lost the puck to Thomas Bush. Thomas Bush over the Gahanna Lincoln line, trying to cut right in front. And a shot is blocked wide into the corner. We're down to just 5 seconds left in the period. Joe Martin picks it up. Martin having to use a blank jersey, so that's why you don't see any number or emblem on his jersey. As the puck is played at center, the period expires, and after one at the National Trails Chiller in Springfield, it is the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions nothing, and the Beavercreek Beavers nothing. Now the teams are heading off. Are they going to resurface the ice after this first period? Okay. So we'll try to get some shot statistics on what was a very evenly played first period. Just one penalty that was to Brandon Cox for tripping. And we were mentioning some of our sponsors for Beavercreek hockey this season. Looking at some of our other corporate sponsors. The Home Depot. Beavercreek Beavers hockey this season, able to welcome Home Depot as a corporate sponsor. And now we have shots on goal sent up from the scorer's table. In the first period, the Golden Lions 5 and the Beavers 3. So very tightly played first period. Very few shots on goal for either team. So should be a very tightly played game this afternoon. I think that's what we were anticipating. And again, when these teams met earlier this season, it was only a 2-1 affair back on December 28th. So probably a very low scoring game this afternoon, and it's after 1. That's what it is shaping up as. Other corporate sponsors for the Beavers this season. Milano's Pizza and Subs. They are located at the Fairfield Plaza, right at Kemp and Fairfield. They are, or you can visit them at milanossubs.com. If you want to order a pizza or sub, check out Milano's, and we appreciate their sponsorship this season of Beavers hockey. The Rusty Taco, and I don't know how they came upon that name, but the Rusty Taco, and we appreciate their sponsorship this season of Beavercreek Beavers hockey. They are located in the Shops of Beavercreek, and that's on Town Drive, and you can visit them at rustytaco.com, all is one word, or call them up. Easy number to remember, 306-8080. So the Rusty Taco in the Shops of Beavercreek, right on Town Drive. That's Town with an E, if you wanted to look them up. Also, Ernst Concrete. Go green with Ernst. ErnstConcrete.com. That's ERNST. Ernst Concrete. Other business sponsors this season. Some of our other business sponsors this season. Voss Toyota. Built on trust and driven by integrity. That is Voss Toyota, and they are located on state route, or US 35 rather, US 35 in Beavercreek, right along the car lot strip where you see between Alpha, right after you get past Alpha on Route 35, all the car lots. Voss Toyota is situated over there. Also, Gallagher Tire and Automotive. Gallagher Tire and Automotive, they're in the Wood Lane Plaza at 3050 Woodman Drive. Gallagher Tire, they have just about any form of tire that you could be looking for. You know, they carry, of course, all types of automotive tires, and also farm tires, construction equipment tires, lawn and garden, tractor and lawnmower tires, ATV and UTV, forklift, golf cart, all types of tires for all your tire needs. Visit Gallagher Tires at 3050 Woodman Drive in the Wood Lane Plaza in Beavercreek. Also, the Earhart Construction Group. Earhart, spelled EHRHART. And they, any construction needs that you have, business or residential, then visit the Earhart Construction Group, LLC. Also, our friends at Prime Electric, David Huff and Luke Cunningham. They've been working together for over 15 years on commercial, industrial, and residential electrical projects. In 2016, they developed Prime Electric LLC in order to provide high-end electrical services to all clients. David and Luke are committed to providing the quality outcome that exceeds customer expectations. Go to primeelectricllc.org. So that's all one word, primeelectricllc.org, or give them a call at 689-6515. And we've got a few minutes. We have our list that we've been going over some hockey terms, and I have a whole big alphabetical list of hockey terms that we've been going over during some of these intermissions. And let's see where we left off. And I believe we left off forecheck, forwards forecheck by hurrying into the opponent's defensive zone to keep the puck there or take it away. A forward is either a center or a winger. Also the hat trick, we went over that these terms. Hat trick, when you score 3 goals in a game. I think we left off at high sticking, carrying the stick above the shoulder against the opponent, or also if a puck is hit with a high stick, with a stick, which is a stick held above waist high level, then a whistle will blow play dead. Or a high sticking penalty is when a player carries a stick above the shoulder to use against the opponent. Is a high stick. Holding is using your hands on an opponent or an opponent's equipment to impede their progress. Hooking is applying the blade of the stick to any part of the body or stick and pulling or tugging with the stick in order to disrupt the opponent. And interference, making body contact with an opponent who does not have possession of the puck. Interference can also be called when a player is standing in the goal crease or otherwise making contact with the goaltender. Kneeing is using the knee in an effort to impede or foul an opponent. The neutral zone is the central ice area between the 2 blue lines. An obstruction penalty is a penalty assessed for holding an opponent's stick, hooking, interference, or tripping infractions. And offside, we went over these yesterday. Offside, we went over the 2-line offside pass. So we're up to there. One-timer, we stopped off at offside. And I discussed the 2-line offside pass that has been discontinued. So one-timer, you'll hear that term, is shooting the puck immediately upon receiving it without stopping it first. So a pass comes right to you, and without stopping the puck, you just go ahead and take the shot without stopping the puck to set the shot up first. Penalty killing is when a team is shorthanded and attempting to prevent the opposition from scoring. And the penalty killing unit is that group of players brought in by the shorthanded team. Penalty shot. A penalty shot is awarded to an offensive player who on a breakaway chance is illegally checked or impeded. The puck is placed at the center face-off spot, and the player has a free try at the opposing goal with no defenders on the ice beside the goaltender. And if you're looking at hockey statistics, you'll see a column that says PIM, and that's an abbreviation for penalties in minutes. Let's see who leads the Beavercreek Beavers in penalty in minutes while we're right there. Let's see. Do we have that? I think, yeah, here we go. And it looks like Braden Cox. Braden Cox had 12 penalty minutes so far this season. We add 2 to make it 14 in that first period. Braden had that tripping minor. A point, and just to elaborate on that, and that's certainly not a bad thing, the penalty in minutes sometimes, because sometimes those penalties are done to protect a goaltender or to protect your team from an exceptionally good scoring chance. So some penalties are good. So that looks like a negative category, but sometimes it's not. So, and a point is the area just inside the opposition's blue line, close to the boards on either side of the rink. As you'll hear me mention, sometimes a player is at the left point or right point. That's where a defenseman usually occupies this area when his team is in control of the puck. So it's the area just inside the opposition's blue line. A poke check is trying to knock the puck away from an opponent by stabbing at it with the blade of the stick. Power play is when your team has more players on the ice due to the opposition, due to one or more penalties, and the goalie can be pulled. When a team is losing, sometimes they'll take their own goalie off the ice and use another forward. This situation occurs most frequently near the end of a game when a team is behind and needs emergency offense. Also, the center red line, of course, the line that divides the rink into two equal parts. Roughing is engaging in fighting or shoving. And we haven't seen that very often, certainly in the high school game. We don't see that too often. Save, of course, is a shot blocked by the goalie. The shot otherwise would have gone into the net, and that's a save or a shot on goal. Shots that are wide or high of the net that don't come in contact with either the goalie or the goal post or crossbar of the goal post are not shots on goal. Shadow is when a player covers an opponent one-on-one everywhere on the ice in order to limit the effectiveness of this opponent. You could also call that one-on-one, certainly in basketball. That's what you would call it. So we are going to get ready for the second period. We'll cut off our list right there, and next time either at the intermission of the second period or next time we have an intermission without a guest, we'll go over more of these terms. So we hope you enjoy that, and some of the folks watching that are somewhat new to the game of hockey would like to give you some of these terms. So we stand scoreless in this second period of play. Just about ready to get underway. The Golden Lions are near to us in this second period. The Beavers' goal on the far side, and the puck is dropped, and we are underway. Playing the puck is Gracie Travers. She shoots it down the ice. No icing called because a player could have played the puck. Here's Gracie again. Pass up ahead for Noah Amos. Amos checked. He hits the ice. Loose puck, Thomas Bush. Bush starts out. Off the boards, he leaves it at the Lions blue line, picked up by Giles of Gahanna. Dropped into the corner. Bush for the Beavers had it. Now for the Lions. Puck shot along the boards. There's a hard check of Joe Martin right into the boards. Riley Hansen picks it up for the Beavers. Flips it ahead, almost hitting Riley Hansen in stride at the top of the slot. Almost a big chance. Loose puck at center, Martin bangs it ahead back into the behind the Gahanna net. Again, icing waved off on that play. Too many players close to the puck, so icing waved off. Puck kicked ahead by Carson Cox. He was ridden into the boards. Loose puck along the left wing side. Bush takes it away, top of the circle, now opposite wing for Bordas. Bordas circles and tries to center the puck, but it's off a stick up over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. 13:04 to play, period number 2. We've seen in most games where Coach Gutterman will switch goalies right in the middle of the second period, but Ian Champagne is off today, so Ben Duford is going to go the entire route. We send a hello out to Ian. And there's the face-off. Lions are able to move it out of the zone. Beavers chop it back in after an Elsner. Elsner trying to poke it away from Wara of the Lions. It's moved up ahead for Schmidt. Centers. Duford is down, and the puck kicks back into the corner. Beavers trying to clear. It's held in. Left point shot. Blocked in front. That was off the stick of Nick Honig. Beavers trying to chase the puck down the ice. Centering pass for Donahue is broken up. And the Lions clear the puck back to center. Racing after it is Schmidt. Rohan Schmidt rims it around to the left wing side. Now back come the Beavers. Drop pass for Bordas, and a blocker save off the pad of Deke Travers in net for the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions. Now a whistle and a penalty interference. And let's see who's going to head off. And as we just learned, is that who's heading off? 22 for the Lions. That is Rohan Schmidt. We just went over during the intermission interference, which is impeding a player who does not have the puck. So that's what young Mr. Schmidt is guilty of, and he'll head off to the cooler for a couple of minutes. First Beavercreek power play of the game. Riley Hansen in the corner. Now left wing circle. Pass ahead for in the slot for Braden Cox, but it's broken up and cleared away. Thomas Bush at his own blue line. Left wing into the line zone. Shot and a save. It popped out of the mitt of Travers momentarily, but he was able to hold on to it. 1:26 left in the power play for Beavercreek. Hansen v. Dejanov. From the face-off, won by Dejanov. The Lions clear, racing after it. There's a shorthand shot, pad save by Duford from the stick of Tony Dejanov. Nice short-handed chance for the Lions. Now back come the Beavers. Thomas Bush as he tried to fight off an opponent. And there is a penalty. And that is going to be Dejanov. Was that a cross-check? So a cross-check minor against Tony Dejanov. And it will be a two-man advantage for the Beavers for 59 seconds, and then they'll have a minute, 1 second of a one-man power play. Face off to the left of the Lions' goal. Hansen in the corner, trying to hold on to it. Hansen checked by Honig of Gahanna. Now fighting for it is Bush. It comes back out to Cox, now to Bush. He's poke checked. Beavers a little disoriented on this two-man power play at the moment. Need to take it easy. Now here's Cox shot! It's deflects wide. And the Lions are able to clear to center. 20 seconds left in the two-man power play. Just need to take it slow, set things up here. There's a pass for Hansen, not too far ahead of him. He chases it down behind the net. There's a shot, and it's off a body in front. Joey Donahue, and it deflected wide. Cox, Bush, shot blocked and cleared. I don't know if Thomas had a good angle on that shot, but the first penalty is expired, and the Beavers have a one-man power play for 45 seconds. I doubt if Coach Gutterman was pleased with the conduct of that last power play. There's Thomas Bush trying to carry in front. He got cross-checked right in front, and there's a penalty. And that was right to the throat area of Thomas Bush. And I don't know if they should call a major penalty on that one. That was committed by Brendan Phillips. And they're going to call the 2-minute minor, but since that was up to the head and neck area, I'm a little surprised they didn't call a major penalty on that. Maybe a roughing or something, I don't know. But at any rate, the Beavers are back to a two-man power play for 33 seconds. There's a shot. They were going for a tip for Hansen in front and almost hooked up. That was a nice setup on that sequence. Now Hansen a shot, looking for a tip to Bordas. Couldn't quite get his stick blade on it. Braden Cox, green shot blocked nicely by Thomas Giles of Lincoln. Puck unable to be held in at the blue line by Braden Cox, and that results in an offside as he carries the puck back in. Yeah, that first two-man power play, the Beavers were a little disoriented, but that last sequence, they set up a nice play for first Hansen, then Bordas, and just not quite able to hook up on those. They still have a one-man power play coming up in just a few seconds for a minute and a half. Hansen stops along the boards, lost the handle, and puck hit with a high stick, and that results in a face-off. A minute 19 left in the power play for Beavercreek, 8:32 left in the second period, and we remain scoreless. So the Beavers have had two shots for an appreciable period of time of two-man power plays, but unable to really get very good scoring chances. Good defense by Lincoln. There's a high shot by Bush up over the glass. Sometimes you also have to give credit to your opponent when things don't go well. And certainly the Lincoln Golden Lions playing good defense on their penalty kill. From the face-off, Bush back for Cox. Braden Cox trying to hold on. He had it stripped away and then flipped to center. Dumped in by the Lions. Dejanov, who's back on the ice. And we've got a whistle. And we've got a delayed penalty against Beavercreek. And that's going to be Braden Cox for a high stick. That's Braden's second penalty of the game. And he will be in for 2 minutes, but for 43 seconds, the teams will be 4-on-4, which is exciting hockey. You take a couple of players off the ice, it opens things up. Beavers, I don't know, maybe a little jet lag after playing last night. Not quite the offense we saw last night against Mason, but maybe Beavers will get things back in gear for the second half of this game, as we're right at the midway point of this one. Certainly the Beavers have played outstanding defense today. Very good blue line defense. Coach Gutterman should be very happy about that, and limiting scoring chances and limiting offensive rushes by the Golden Lions. So from a defensive standpoint, I think Coach Gutterman should probably be very happy with the Beavers' play so far this afternoon. From the draw, just outside the Beaver line. Puck picked up by Dejanov. He lost it. Loose puck, kicked around at center, picked up for the Beavers by Bush. Bush tied up along the corner. Bush still stick handling, trying to work in front, but he's checked by Giles of Gahanna Lincoln. Loose puck, Tony Dejanov. Tony spelled Toni. And with that last name Dejanov, I assume he probably is of a Eastern European descent, probably, especially with that name spelled Tony with an I. 40 seconds left now in what is a Gahanna Lincoln power play. And the Beavers have been outstanding this season on their penalty kill. There's Giles, right point. Dropped it off. Now Giles gets it back at the right point. Giles leaves it for Dejanov, shot blocked. 10 seconds left in their power play. Shot. That's high and wide. That was off the stick of a Lincoln player, and the penalty is killed off. So we were at full strength, both teams, with 5:45 to play in period number 2. Puck cleared to center, played by Honig of Gahanna Lincoln for Giles. Up ahead for Schmidt. He dumps it in. Been a very tightly played game thus far. Beavers trying to break out. It was Donahue, but puck bounced off his stick and the Lions dump in offside. They are able to chase it without retreating out of the attacking zone. There's a shot that's fanned on, and the Beavers clear. Oh, there's a Riley Hansen maintains a shot. Let's go! Oh, it's a great play by Hansen to Donahue. Oh, my goodness gracious. Riley Hansen got tripped up on a hip check, somehow maintained possession of the puck. Joey Donahue pats him on the shoulder to say, hey, good play, buddy. And he was able to wrestle around and move the puck over to Donahue for a great wrist shot. And for young Mr. Donahue, who scored twice last night, for Joey, that is goal number 9 of the season. And the assist by Riley Hansen, and that's his 19th assist of the season. What a great play, persistent play by Riley Hansen, and a great wrist shot, one-timer by Joey Donahue. Here's a centering pass right into the slot area, but unable to hook up. That was a pass by Bush. 4:20 left in the period. Beavers lead it 1-0. Now here's a shot, and he scores! Picking up the loose puck for the Beavers was Riley Hansen. Rifles a wrist shot. So Riley Hansen, a great setup of a play and then a great shot on a loose puck he stole away right at the top of the slot. For Riley, that's goal number 18 of the season, and the Beavers suddenly have a 2-0 lead. Now the puck shot in the Lincoln zone, cleared out by Nick Honig to the center red line. Rink wide pass. Now centered for Tony Dejanoff. He couldn't get a play off on it. We're just under 4 minutes left in the second period. Goals by Donahue and Hansen have the Beavers on top 2-0. Honig wraps it around. And that was an unassisted goal by Riley Hansen. He stole the puck right in the slot area. Now coming back the other way is Elsner. Oh, if he crossed over successfully to his forehand, he had it. But Alex with some great stick work, but just couldn't quite control it as he deked out Deke Travers got deked. But unfortunately for the Beavers, young Mr. Elsner couldn't quite control it as he tried to set up the shot. Now Riley Hansen, shot up high and wide. Beavers with a spring in their step now late in this second period. Here's Thomas Bush, a shot right off the side of the cage. He's got Martin in front. Martin, shot, blocked, tipped by Hansen, backhander just wide. And the puck is iced the other way by the Lions to take the pressure off. Wow. Martin almost a big chance. Hansen almost a backhander to try to get it in the net. And Deke Travers between the pipes for the Lions, wondering what's going on all of a sudden. Things were kind of quiet now. All of a sudden, the Beavers putting on pressure. Boris, a shot blocked, and right in front, Travers is down. And now it's played in the corner by Bordas. Now moving in a shot, tip, and that's no goal. It was off the side of the cage. Wow. That was, I don't know if that was Donahue who was trying to set up for a tip in front. But, well, a few minutes ago I said I thought the Beavers had jet lag. Well, they've shaken that off. But man, all of a sudden, the last few minutes, they just decided to slam the pedal on the accelerator down and put on a offensive salvo against the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions. There's a shot, and they score! And that was Thomas Giles, a screenshot from the top of the slot area. Screenshot meaning that the goaltender's view is blocked by several players in front of him. And that is a good shot, wrist shot by Thomas Giles of the Lions. And for young Mr. Giles, that is his 5th goal of the season. So things tighten back up now at 2-1. The Beaver lead cut in half. From this face-off, shot right on, pad save by Travers. So that's Giles from Gracie Travers. And for Gracie Travers, do I have her stats? There's a shot that's tipped wide. Riley Hansen knocked down behind the net. And back comes Dejanoff of Lincoln. Dejanoff Trying to fight off a defender. Tries to center it, but it goes wide to the left wing boards. Now chasing it down is Phillips. Phillips at the right point. Shot is high and wide. In fact, it's blocked, knocked down by Benny Duford in net. 1 minute to play in the second period. There's Honig trying to center. It's off a stick, broken up. And the Beavers will ice the puck to probably get a line change. 47 seconds left in the second period. Now Sarah Travers not, or she's Gracie Travers. She's not on my score sheet, so I don't know how many assists she might have this season. 40 seconds left in the period. Long shot from center, and the save by Travers, almost stealing it, was Donahue. A very dangerous play by Deke Travers. He went ahead and played the long shot and was just going to empty it back out to a teammate, but it was almost stolen away by Donahue right in front of him. 15 seconds left in the period. There's a shot. Looked like a pad save for Duford. Now, here's Warner. Shot, save, rebound, and diving out of the crease to cover was Duford. And as he does so, the period comes to a close. Boy, we went from kind of a tightly played defensive, sleepy affair to the last 5 minutes or so, very exciting offensive hockey. You see Deke Travers and Ben Duford exchange a pat to congratulate each other. Both goaltenders have played well so far. We'll see what the shots on goal are, but after 2 periods of play, the Beavers lead the Lions 2-1. And again, going over the scoring for the period, Riley Hansen. Okay, now we've got shots. So Gahanna Lincoln 6 shots, and the Beavers have 9. Thanks to the scores table down ringside for sending that information up to us. They don't display it on the scoreboard here. And second period was the Riley Hansen show for a few minutes. Just a great play of persistence, of getting banged around by a couple of players right in front of the Lions net. He turned around back to the net and shoveled a pass over to Joey Donahue, and because they were playing Hansen right in front of him, goaltender Deke Travers was positioned straight ahead, and Donahue then had the entire right side of the net open, and he just shovels in a wrist shot to get the goal on that. And for Joey, that was his 9th goal of the season. And then Riley Hansen, unassisted, stealing a puck right in the top of the slot area of the Lions zone, and then his wrist shot finds the net, and that's his 18th goal of the season. And then it was for the Golden Lions, Thomas Giles scoring late in the period, and for Giles, his 5th goal of the season. That's where we stand, 2-1 after 2 periods of play at the Springfield National Trails Chiller. And we have a guest here, Brad Lloyd and Owen Huff. My goodness, Owen, how you doing? Better, that's good. Okay, that's fantastic. So we've got assistant coach Dr. Brad Lloyd and Owen Huff. And Brad, what do you have for us here in this intermission?
I think hopefully the fans are enjoying a great game. This is, they're right kind of in our wheelhouse. So it should be an exciting third period. We're pretty happy with the way the boys are playing. A little bit of a letdown there at the end. Probably could have executed our power play a little bit better. So if the fans are a little frustrated watching that power play, the coaches are too. But I thought the boys responded really well. They played good two first periods.
Right, and I was kind of talking about that, the two power plays, a couple of chances at 5-on-3, but a little discombobulated on those. But you guys usually are good on the power play, so I'm sure that'll fix itself. But on the other hand, very good on the penalty kill, and also I felt very good. I felt good blue line defense, keeping them from too many rushes. I felt like.
Well, the one thing is, if you look at the score sheet, the one thing our boys have done really well all year, but if our managers show where all the shots come from. I think in the first and second period, pretty much every shot the opposing team had was from what we call outside the box. We're doing a great job clearing rebounds. So our goalie Ben, as long as he stops that first shot, we're pretty good off. They haven't had any good shots in close. So I'm counting on them not scoring any goals. Third period. We do that, we win.
Yep. Okay, and we've got Owen Huff. And Owen, we're awfully glad to see you. So give us an update. We've been passing along the well wishes to you because you've been out. So tell us how you're doing and how close you might be to getting back on the ice.
So I've been doing a lot better recently. Like I'm feeling pretty much back to normal. The doctor said I won't be getting back this season, but next season I should be fine, so we'll see.
Okay, that's fantastic. So we're glad to hear that. I don't know, is there any, I guess there's no such thing as eligibility for high school red shirts or anything like that. I guess not.
Graduate on time. We don't want to keep them in high school.
They can't play. It's not like college where you just can't just play an extra year.
We've got big plans for them, I'm sure.
So you're going to try to prepare in the off season to get back to playing next year. How soon are you going to be able to get back to athletic activities as you try to rehab for the off season?
So we don't really know it. We're going to have to figure it out kind of like as it goes. So every month I'm going in to get, forget what it's called, this kind of scan up for my heart. And if all that's back to normal, next time I go and stuff, then they'll let me start doing some physical activity. If it's not, then I have to wait until the next month and so on.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic that you're back here with us, and we certainly look forward to having you back next year.
So we're just glad he's okay. He'll be back next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Owen, looking at your stats that Jeff was talking about, you had 4 goals in 9 games and 3 assists, 7 points in 9 games. That's outstanding. So we really look forward to having you back next season. What's that?
Get up for 2 more years.
2 more years, yeah. So that's great. So, and you mentioned a scan. What is that? You guys, a CAT scan or what is that?
I'm trying to think. I can't remember what it's called. But they basically just, it kind of like puts like kind of electricity or whatever, and it shocks you kind of almost. Like you don't feel it, but it kind of like shocks you, and it just sees how your heart reacts or something like that.
Is that an electrocardiogram or something like that? Maybe something like an EKG or something. I don't know. He's the doctor. What kind of?
I'm not a pediatric cardiologist.
Okay. So, well, great. I appreciate you coming up, Owen, and giving us an update. Coach Lloyd, so you talked about what you'd like to see for the rest of this game. How did you guys, I know Coach Gutterman despite the score last night, 7-2 over Mason, I thought he was a little bit wanted to kind of tweak things last night.
Well, I wasn't at the game last night, but I was able to watch the last 2 periods and listen to you. So you actually do a good job. It was really fun to listen to. The second period was pretty frustrating to watch. I'm pretty sure that Coach Gutterman, I wasn't in the locker room, maybe Owen was, but I think the boys got a little bit of a stern talking to. He felt like they weren't playing with enough passion and just weren't putting in the work. And I think they came out with a little bit of a different attitude and played a lot harder that third period, and I think the result shows. But you got to give credit to Mason. We played them 3 times now this year. We played them 1 time here early in the season. It was a blowout, and we had to kind of let up on them a little bit. And then the second time we played them, it was the same sort of thing. Coach Gutterman had to really get on them after the second period. And I think that's actually a credit to their coach, who actually happens to be a Beavercreek coach alumni. I think he was one of our former coaches. I can't remember what his name is, but Tremont.
Tremonti. Yeah, right.
Former Beavercreek coach, and I think he's doing a great job with that team, because at least what I watched is they play much more. They've gotten a lot more discipline. They're playing a lot better position hockey as the years gone on, and that's why they're making it a little harder on us.
Well,
it's not just that we were playing bad. They've gotten better as the years went on.
You mentioned Coach Gutterman's reaction. Yeah, when I went downstairs after we wrapped things up upstairs there at South Metro, we ran into Greg, and like I usually do, I say, good game, Coach. And he just looked at me and he's like, are you kidding?
It's no disrespect to Mason, though. They really have improved throughout the year, and so part of what you were seeing is a team that's improved, and that's what every coach hopes for. You got the players that you got. You just want them to get better as the year goes on, and that's what they've been doing. And I think that's why they the last couple times we played them, it's been a little tighter, a little more effort on our part to go out there and beat them. So we might get to play one more time in the tournament.
Yeah, you are right. I think it is. You can kind of tell that from the early games of the season that the Comets were playing probably have better fundamentals, I think.
They're winning some games, and
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Troy was playing better too. The last time we played him, they were an improved team.
I agree with you. That was the one thing I said to Coach Gutterman when we came out. We struggled a little bit to get on top of them too that second time we played them after blowing them out here in that tournament early in the year. And that's because they got a young team, just like we did last year, and they're improving. And their goalkeeping is like day and night better this year than it was last year too. So they got a really young goalie, just a sophomore. So I think in years to come, you'll see Troy and Mason be better.
And he talked about giving credit to the opponent. While we talked about maybe some of a couple of the 5-on-3 power plays that the Beavers had in this period that maybe weren't executed the way Coach Gutterman would like, maybe you also have to give some credit to the Golden Lions. They're trying to keep things plugged up in front of the net and keep clearing the puck away. They played good defense.
There's always anytime one of our kids makes a mistake, I try to remind them there's another player out there trying to make you look bad. So it's okay, So you're going to get beat. As a defenseman especially, you're going to get beat and get scored on. So just put it behind you, and remember that the other team's trying to, they got kids that play hard too. So.
And the game you guys played against them in December was a real tight one, 2-1, like we have right now.
They've improved a lot. Last year when we talked to them after the game, their coach is really classy guys. But they told us that last year when we handled them a little bit easier, they had a really young team. And so as you can see, they've improved, and maybe even next year they're going to be even stronger, I think. They play in a tough league up there too. So.
Yeah, that's the Central. I mentioned it earlier. I had some of the Central Capital. Yeah, Capital Central League. So we appreciate you guys joining us. Coach Brad Lloyd, assistant coach of the Beavercreek Beavers, thanks for coming up. We appreciate it. Have a great game in the third period. And young Mr. Owen Huff, we are rooting for you. We can't wait to see you play next season. You're having a great year so far, so we look forward to seeing you next year. And we'll see you soon. And have a good afternoon, you guys. And good game. You guys have a good afternoon.
You too.
So Owen Huff, a sophomore forward, and assistant coach Dr. Brad Lloyd. And we appreciate them coming up for the second period intermission and a game that sees the Beavercreek Beavers leading the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions by a score of 2-1. We are getting ready for this drop of the puck of the second period, and we are underway. Beavers take a 2-0 lead late in that second period. It was scoreless after one. There's a shot and off the blocker of Deke Travers. Thomas Bush wrestling around at center ice with Nate Highland, who hits the ice. Nice strip of the puck by Hansen, but he in turn has it swept away from him. Now Braden Cox behind his own net, team captain for Bush. Head manning Hansen. Hansen has it stripped away. And a whistle and an offside. From the face-off, puck shot back in behind the Lions' goal. Now cleared to center. Ethan Webb will dump it right back in for Beavercreek. Nick Honig shoots it along the boards. Now racing down the ice. There's a shot! And a big shot by Honig. Back come the Beavers. Carson Cox racing back the other way. And he tries to get a shot off. It's blocked off a stick of Honig. Lions trying to come back. Crossing into the Beavercreek zone. Backhand shot is wide off the stick of Phillips. Good to see Thomas Bush okay from being shaken up on that big cross check earlier and back in that second period. There's a shot save, and Dufort is rammed into by Rohan Schmidt of Gahanna Lincoln. I don't know if he was shoved or if he just fell into him, but Ben is shaken up, and it's the back of his head. He got tackled basically by Rohan Schmidt. We'll see if Schmidt is just given a penalty, a major penalty, or if not, it would be interference. But the violence of the hit and the fact that it's on the goaltender may result in a disqualification maybe. I don't know. We'll see what the two officials are. Stephen James, Greg Leff, they are conferring at the scorer's table as the Beaver trainer looks over Ben Dufort. He hit the back of his head hard as he was just tackled. He was concentrating on the puck because a shot came right in, and barreling in was Rohan Schmidt, number 22 of the Golden Lions. Benny is on his feet. And I imagine it would have to be Joe Bordis. Yeah, because Joe Bordis played goal last season. So I imagine with Ian Champagne having to not be able to make it today, it'll be Joe Bordis, as we just hope that Benny Duford is okay. I imagine he's going to have to be checked since he's moving around okay. He's being escorted out by Joe Bordis, who's probably going to have to take the pads. But I don't know if will they have to check for like a concussion. So, wow, that's a tough break. But thankfully, Benny looks like he's okay, but they will have to check him for a concussion. As these days, they don't just say, hey, shake it off and go back in. The medical staff is going to have to test him. He is taking off the pads and the uniform. And we'll see. I don't know. It probably depends on how they judge how much of the hit on Benny by Schmidt was intentional, or if they feel like Schmidt was pushed into him. He was wrestling around, Schmidt was trying to wrestle in front, positioning himself for probably a rebound if there had been a shot and a save. And in doing so, he just barreled right into Benny Duford, who was defenseless as he was concentrating on the shot of the puck, and so was not braced for a hit. And he got tackled basically and hit the back of his head on the ice. And the goalie helmets are not really set up for hits to the back of the head. That's just usually a little pad and a strap back there, so that's not going to be too much protection against landing on the back of your head like that. So, but thankfully he got up. He was on the ice for a couple of minutes and tended to by the Beavercreek trainer. And we're waiting now as Joe Bordis is going to don the pads. He has not played goal since late last season. Joe alternated last season between being a forward and being a goalie. Is that all he's going to get, is the 2-minute minor? Oh, he's got 10 minutes? Okay. I'm going to say just the violence of the hit and the fact that it's on the goaltender has to result in. So if the Beavers are able to hold on to a lead without the Lions tying the game at any point, then Ben would be eligible for the win. But we'll see how things go the rest of the way. What a tough spot for Joe Bordis, because he's played goal in the past, but not at all this season. So he's coming in cold, and he hasn't seen any shots, not even in practice or anything, I'm sure. So the Beaver defense is going to have to really take care of Joe Bordis and really make sure they keep players from out in front of the crease, and also clear out rebounds to help Joe out. Especially this being his first action in goal this season. So going over the scoring as we're getting ready, once Joe Bordas gets the goalie pads and equipment on, he'll be out, and probably, I'm sure they'll let him warm up a little bit. They're going to let him warm up a little bit, I would think. Being an emergency goalie, so we'll see what happens. But here, well, that's Thomas Bush. But going over the scoring, Joey Donahue and Riley Hansen scoring for Beavercreek in the second period, and it was Thomas Giles for the Lions. And we're also going to see if the player Rohan Schmidt, see if, and Rohan spelled Rohan, see if he is disqualified or gets a 10-minute major. Right now on the scoreboard, the only penalty is a 2-minute, I believe, charging minor to Schmidt. But I just, the fact that the hit was on the goalie and it was such a violent hit, I would have to think that there should be a more stringent penalty on Schmidt for that play. But we'll see. Again, referees Steve James and Greg Leff, they are still at the scorer's table. The teams are out just keeping themselves warm by skating around a little bit. I hope that the refs will let Joe Bordas take some warm-up shots, but I don't know if that's going to be allowed. I don't know if that's something that they have to get permission from the Lincoln team to do, or if it's just up to the officials whether they allow that or not. But we'll see. Again, you're watching the Beavercreek Beavers against the Gahanna Lincoln High School Golden Lions. Beavers coming into the game with a 15-5 record. The Lincoln Lions at 9-7. The Lions coached by Kevin Schodorf and assistant coach Alex Morrow. And they are from the east side of Columbus, a little bit just out of town. We see team captain Braden Cox and alternate captain Thomas Bush speaking with the referees a little bit. There's 12:56 left in regulation. Well, thank goodness Benny, after a couple of minutes of being shaken up on the ice, was able to get up under his own power and get off the ice and head to the locker room where he's going to be evaluated for a concussion. I don't know if we'll get any results on that this afternoon while we're still on this webcast or not, but if not, then that information I'm sure will be passed along through emails and everything along the Beavercreek hockey social media network. And it looks like Joe's going to put on Ian Champagne's, or no, that's Benny Duford's number 39. So he just switches sweaters with Ben. Again, Ian Champagne, the other goaltender on the Beavers roster, is out today. So, and here comes. Is that Ben? Okay, that's Joe. Okay. Okay. So it was a case where Joe Bordas is just taking Benny Duford's sweater, the number 39. They're not going to allow any warm-ups, so we resume play. And so far, just a 2-minute minor so far. I don't know of any disqualification or any other type of major penalty against Schmidt. Carson Cox, right point for Bush. Bush, stick handling in the slot. And a shot was blocked and deflected off of Carson Cox at center. It was knocked down with a high stick, and that will result in a stoppage of play. A Beaver player, I think it was Carson Cox, that knocked the puck down with a high stick. Therefore, the face-off is, as a penalty for that, is taken back deep in the Beavercreek zone. Again, the orange and black on a one-man power play. Head man pass to Thomas Bush over the line. Bush to Cox. Shot blocked. Bush carries back in. Centers for Hansen, just a little bit too far ahead of him. Braden Cox fires, and that's blocked in front. Loose puck is cleared down the ice by the Golden Lions. Bordas will leave it for Ethan Webb. Webb for Hansen. Return pass back to Webb, but it's stolen away, and a shot is wide off the stick of Tony DeJonoff of Lincoln. Thomas Bush at center for Alex Elsner. Elsner enters the Lincoln zone. Pass in front, and it's covered by goaltender Deke Travers. 31 seconds remain in the Beavercreek power play. They have a face-off deep in the Gahanna Lincoln zone. Riley Hansen from the draw, back for Cox. Braden Cox for Hansen in the corner. Hansen, Braden Cox, left point. Cox, left wing circle, and a shot by Elsner is blocked in front. Elsner chases it back down. Back to Braden Cox, left point. There's a shot blocked from the defense in front. 5 seconds left in the penalty. And as the puck escapes to center, the power play is expired. Webb carries in for Beavercreek to Hansen. Hansen side of the net. Hansen, he's got Bush in front. He's got Elsner in front. And a tip is wide. And the rebound cleared away. Braden Cox will dump it back in, and the Beavers change lines on the fly. Team's back at full strength. Beavers lead it 2-1. There's a big check on Alex Elsner, but he keeps going, chasing after the puck. Donahue after it, but the Lions are able to shoot it ahead. Here come the Lincoln Lions of Gahanna Lincoln High School. Beavers being very tenacious on defense. Now it's Ethan Webb starting out. Webb carried through center ice, gets rammed into the boards. Now here come the Lions. Carson Cox trying to poke check a player. Webb lost it. There's another player goes down for the Lions. Backhand shot is wide. Martin knocked into the boards. Here's a big shot. It's off the body of Ethan Webb right in the slot area. Another shot. Bordas a save. Rebound is shot wide by Dejanoff of Lincoln. Nice save by Joe Bordas. He's got that first save in his pocket, so maybe that should calm any nerves he might have. Although Joe's looking pretty confident out there in the crease. Icing the other way by Beavercreek. Hanson and Braden Cox, Thomas Bush all give Joe Bordas a pat on the head, saying good job. From the face-off, shot flipped up high into the opposite corner. There's a screen shot, tipped in front and blocked by Braden Cox. Braden Cox then clears it into the corner. Now, Braden Cox and Riley Hanson fight for it. Puck chipped up high behind the net. Centering pass right in front. Trying to get a shot away was Wara of Gahanna. Wara spelled W-A-A-R-A. Now here's Riley Hanson trying to get a shot off with Travers out of the net and unable to get a good shot off. It was broken up partially by Travers. He was way out of the net. Now centering pass, and Bordas is able to wrestle Warner out of his crease area to keep the puck out. Nice play by Joe Bordas in net. Now here's Thomas Bush the other way. Bush, spinning shot is wide. Held in at the right point by Carson Cox. Cox has it poke checked back behind the net and down the ice. It's going to be an icing. No icing, I beg your pardon. Icing waved off against Lincoln. Here's a long pass up over the stick of Donahue and past Michaela Smith. The Lions regain possession. Nice play around the board, shot, and the stick save turned aside by Joe Bordas. Centering pass off the skate of the Beavers, Braden Cox. Smith ridden into the boards by Schmidt. Or no, check that. That was Fry, Chase Fry of Lincoln. Now Michaela Smith wrestles the puck away, digs it out. It's held in though by the Lions. A shot up high and wide from Thomas Giles of the Golden Lions. Giles again, moving in. Giles circles around the net, wrapping around, centering pass, one-timer blocked by Braden Cox. And the puck skitters to center ice, and the Lions are offside. Fast and furious action in this third period. Just 6:24 to go. The Beavers lead it 2-1. Boy, what a play a few minutes ago. Deke Travers way out of the net, skates ahead and dives to try to break up a rush by Riley Hanson. If Hanson had gotten to the puck first, he would have had an open net. Now it looks like referee James having a word with Hanson. One of the Lion players is on the ice, and I don't know if he's injured. Oh, I beg your pardon. It was Deke Travers had to go to the bench maybe for an equipment repair. Now we're back in action. Braden Cox bangs it rink wide for Joe Martin. Martin trying to chase it down. Loose puck, Riley Hanson. Hanson off the boards into the Lincoln zone. The Lions trying to play it out. Braden Cox is able to shoot down the ice. Beavers have played very good defense today. Now Thomas Bush blocking a pass and trying to center it, and that's broken up. Back come the Lions. The other way. There's a shot that's high and wide from Dejonoff. Dejonoff centering. And it's broken up and cleared by Riley Hansen. Both teams changing on the fly with play continuing. Backward pass broken up. And we're going to have an icing violation against the Beavers with 5:06 left in regulation. Elsner against Wara, Hayden Wara of Gahanna Lincoln. Now Elsner's tossed out. He says, hey, I didn't do anything. And Joey Donahue will take his place in the face-off circle from the draw. Lions have it. There's Phillips, a shot wide. It's picked up for Gahanna Lincoln by Schmidt, who's back on the ice. Schmidt behind the net, trying to accept a behind the back pass from Phillips, but couldn't. And the Beavers come back the other way, and the shot is gloved by Deke Travers. 4:42 left in the third period. Fresh players on the ice: Riley Hansen, Thomas Bush, Joe Martin, Braden Cox, Carson Cox. From the face-off, moving right in was Hansen, and shot is a save by Travers. Loose puck along the boards, picked up by Ethan Brim. He has it stolen away by Hansen. Hansen, shot is deflected wide. Under 4 minutes left in the game. In regulation, I should say. 2-1, here's Martin, a shot. And the save by Deke Travers. Joe Martin, a big chance. Now Elsner, Donahue, Smith on the ice with the Cox boys on defense. From the draw. Lions trying to clear it. And they do to center. Now it's dumped right back in by Braden Cox. And was that offside or was that just gloved? It was caught by Travers, so results in a face-off. 3:37 left in the third. Elsner takes the face-off for the Beavers. It's controlled by Highland of Lincoln, up to Giles. Giles shot, and it's off the side of the net. Now Giles behind the net, looking for a play. Centering pass blocked by Carson Cox. Giles gets it back, ridden into the boards by Braden Cox. Screen shot blocked by several players in front. And Michaela Smith clears the puck for the Beavers. Played by Travers. Under 3 minutes left in the third. Both teams at full strength. Beavers in the white sweaters lead it 2-1. Hansen trying to poke it away. Thomas Bush picks up the loose puck. Drop pass for Hansen. Hansen around Giles' long shot. Pad save by Deke Travers. Now the puck centered again, but it escapes to center ice. Long shot from center by Cox. 2:15 left in a fast-moving third period. Now, Racing behind the net is Schmidt. Rims it around for Wara, but it's past him and down the ice. Chasing it down is Honig. Under 2 minutes left in regulation. We look at some point for the Golden Lions to pull their goaltender, and they won't on this play as it's an icing, so Travers will have to stay in his net with the face-off way back in the Lincoln zone. But if the Lions get the puck on the Beavercreek end, I would look at any time for Deke Travers to head to the bench in favor of an extra attacker. Puck tied up along the boards. Comes free. We'll keep an eye on Travers. Now the Beavers, Joey Donahue is able to clear it down the ice. Racing after it, Elsner. It rims back to center ice. Racing after it was Carson Cox. Taking the puck for Lincoln was Highland, but he's hit down to the ice. Puck kicks free now to Bush. Still Travers in his crease. I'm surprised they have not pulled him for the extra attacker, as we're only just 50 seconds left. Puck cleared into the Beavercreek zone. Now Travers heads to the bench for the extra skater, but Ethan Webb flips the puck into the bench. In the pros, that would be a penalty, but not in high school. Would be a delay of game penalty. So the Beavers have an open net at the other end, 40 seconds left. Beavers looking for a game clincher in the open net, and Joe Bordas. And we've got a timeout by Gahanna Lincoln and Coach Kevin Schodorf trying to set up a play. Thomas Bush, Braden Cox still discussing matters with referee Steve James and Greg Leff, the two officials. And now they confer. So we're set up for a big face-off deep in the Beavercreek zone. The Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions trying to set up a play to get a couple of shots off in the last 40 seconds to try to tie the game, and the Beavers see that open net at the other end, and we'll try to put one in there to wrap things up. It's going to be Cox, Hansen, Donahue, Cox, and Bush on the ice for the Beavers. There's a shot wide. Loose puck in the corner. Several players dig at it. 25 seconds left. Thomas Bush shovels the puck ahead. Chasing after it, Joey Donahue. Joey Donahue, and he's checked from behind before he could make a play on that open net. Now Giles. Pass back for Dejanov. Dejanov checked. Hansen tried to pick it up. It's stolen away by Honig. Honig. And that's going to do it. What a great game for the Beavercreek Beavers as they win over the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions 2-1. A great defensive effort. A courageous performance by Joe Bordas, playing emergency goalie for basically the entire second half of the game. And a couple of nifty plays by Riley Hansen in the second period, one to score a goal and one to set up a goal by Joey Donahue, and that's what they needed today to win it 2-1. So shots in the third period, the Beavers out shooting the Golden Lions 7-6. 4 shots on goal were on Joe Bordas, 2 were on Benny Duford. And for the game, overall, looks like the Beavers out shooting the Golden Lions. In fact, no, the Golden, 19-17. So shots on goal favor the Beavers for the game, 19-17. So just the fact that there were shots on goal, just 19-17, is a very tightly played defensive game, which is what we expected, and we get the same result that these two teams had on December 28th, the Beavercreek 2-1 win, same score. So and we try to hand out the 3 stars for this game. We'll give the number 3rd star to Gahanna Lincoln's Thomas Giles. He scored a goal, the lone goal for the Lions. This number 2 star we'll give to Joe Bordas for coming in relief and playing well in goal as an emergency goalie. And the number 1 star goes to Riley Hansen for his part in those 2 goals in the second period. And also special mention to Joey Donahue, who scored the other goal for the Beavers on that great setup by Riley Hansen. And again, to go over the scoring, of course, that will be a brief thing because only the 3 goals scored. Riley Hansen, his 18th of the season, and Joey Donahue, his 9th of the season for the Beavers. And for Gahanna Lincoln, it was Thomas Giles. Giles, his 5th goal of the season for the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions. So that's going to wrap things up on this Saturday afternoon of hockey. Our next action will be Tuesday afternoon at South Metro in Springboro. And that game's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. And so that game will be streamed. I won't attend that one. I'll be back on Thursday. But the game will be streamed on Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock against the Springboro Panthers at South Metro Sportsplex in Centerville. So speaking for camera operator Sherry Champagne and webcast engineer Jeff Duford, this is Kent Jacobs reminding you again the final score: Beavercreek 2 and Gahanna Lincoln 1. Until next time, good afternoon from Springfield.